I mean, it's only a little bit weird to have a little massage booth in the middle of the 16th Street Mall. Dad, you gonna go get a massage?
Yeah, let's go. I'm ready.
So it's not really a travel vlog, but we are doing quite a bit of traveling, and might as well show you a little bit about where we're at. This is downtown Denver, the 16th Street Mall area. So I've been working on this story for the better part of a year. I've been making trips to Colorado and researching, filming, documenting, and meeting with one particular prospector who has some very special gold from the Breckenridge area of Colorado. And truthfully, I don't seem to do anything fast these days except shipping. Shipping I try and do very fast, but otherwise I've just been taking my time with it. I want to get the story correct. I want to go there and document it and just be in the presence of this story and this magnificent gold that was found there. So there's going to be probably 3 or 4 vlogs about this area. It's called Farncomb Hill, the French Gulch of Breckenridge. And some of the most amazing gold on planet Earth was found there back 130 years ago. So Breckenridge was established as a gold town in 1859, and gold was found in the rivers there. Lots of gold was found in the rivers there. In fact, there's stories of 2 brothers over a period of about 3 weeks who found 1,000 troy ounces in the river just using gold pans and a small wooden sluice box. Can you imagine finding 1,000 ounces of gold in a river over a period of a couple weeks? It would be thrilling and life-changing and just the apex of my life. So when stories like that got out, thousands of prospectors flocked to the Breckenridge area seeking their fortune. There was a number of them that focused their attention in the French Gulch. That's an area just about a mile from downtown Breckenridge. And in the French Gulch, they were finding some really unique gold, stuff that nobody had ever seen before. It was wires and leaf and had lots of geometry and what we would consider today to be crystallized gold. Now, remember back then, they didn't have the technology we have today. They didn't have metal detectors or sonar technology or any of the modern methods that we use to find gold today. So what the old timers would do would be to pan upstream. And by panning upstream, they would keep noting how much gold they found in the different locations. And when they stopped finding gold at a certain part in the stream, they knew the source of that gold was up on the hillside, and they would focus their attention there and start looking for quartz veins and where the source of that gold that flowed down into the river was. And that was generally the mother lode of the gold. That's what you really wanted to find, was that source, because there was so much more gold typically at the source than was what was found in the river. So eventually the source of this really unique gold from Farncomb Hill, Breckenridge, was found by a man named Henry Farncombe. And he was very smart. He quietly bought up all that land before he let anyone know that he had found the source of the gold. And it made him one of the richest men in Colorado. So I'll tell that whole story in a future vlog episode coming up. But just know that it was a very important area for the Colorado gold rush. In fact, the largest piece of gold that was found ever in Colorado was found there, a 13.5-pound gold specimen known as Tom's Baby. I'm going to show you that specimen in a future episode. Okay, so fast forward to about 35 years ago. A family of prospectors who want to remain anonymous. I'm not allowed to give out any names, but a family in Colorado was allowed permission up to Farncomb Hill and allowed to prospect it. They were the caretakers, so to speak, of the area. And for the better part of 35 summers, they spent with metal detectors combing through what the old timers left behind. So that's one of the secrets to finding gold these days, is to metal detect old mining dumps. Like I mentioned earlier, back in the turn of the century, there was no metal detector technology. So oftentimes the miners would be blasting and chasing this vein of quartz through the hillside. But if they didn't see physical gold on a rock, they would oftentimes toss that rock aside and just keep blasting and chasing this vein of quartz. But what they left behind sometimes was some pretty interesting gold that they didn't know was inside that rock. Metal detectors have been able to tell us that there's something in that rock, and that's what this family did. They spent the better part of 35 summers up on Farncomb Hill metal detecting these mine dumps, what the old timers left behind. And what they found was some pretty fantastic gold. So this is a sampling of the gold that was prospected over the last 35 years, and it was on display for a period of time at the Colorado School of Mines in Golden, Colorado. Some very large and fantastic pieces that were left behind by the old timers. So there were two very distinct growth habits, patterns, formations of crystallized gold that happened on Farncomb Hill. And a picture's worth 1,000 words. Maybe it's time I just show you up close some of this crystallized gold and why it's considered some of the best in the entire world. So I was on the phone a couple weeks ago with a customer of mine. He's a friend. He said, "Mike, when I order a piece of gold from you, I'm giddy with excitement all week till it gets here. It's like candy for grown-ups." I thought, that is so good. Can I borrow that? Candy for grown-ups. This is some of the best crystallized gold in the world. Candy for grown-ups. So that's a few examples of one of the formations that happened on Farncomb Hill. It's called the leaf gold, but not like leaf gold I've ever seen before. These are very geometric. The pattern on the surface has a very faceted and crystallized structure to it. I call them puzzle pieces because they just remind me of a puzzle with all these unique different pieces on the surface. Really, really fascinating crystallized gold. So the other formation that was found on Farncomb Hill was the wire gold specimens, and these are truly exceptionally rare. If you understand gold, crystallized gold, wire gold is very, very rare, and to see it kind of bunched up in the way it is with some of these specimens, it's called the bird's nest gold. These are very rare and very special gold specimens. And then there's gold specimens that were found up there that are neither wire gold nor leaf gold, and they're just kind of do their own thing. Nature was very creative in this very unique place in Colorado. Okay, so I'm going to end it there. I've got a lot of photographing left to do, but you can see all this gold on our website, goldnuggetsforsale.com. I've also got some over at goldnuggetsales.com, and just some really beautiful, fantastic gold. If you like what you're watching, be sure and hit the thumbs up button down there. Also consider subscribing to the channel. I've got a few more videos coming out, a few more about Farncomb Hill, and then we've got just years of content to show you after that. Also hit the bell notification. You'll know when there's new videos coming out. If you hit that, we try and put one out at least once a week. So be well, be safe, and we'll see you in the next video.